Hello, you scruffy nerf herders, and welcome to Lightsabers, Liberty, and Late Nights. I am Eric the Dadalorian, and thank you guys for joining us for our first episode. Now, today I am joined by two gentlemen who I've gotten to meet quite recently. I met one of them at Military Hero Con on Eglin Air Force Base, and we got to talking about lightsabers, so I knew he'd be a great fit for this show. So, everybody who is on right now, please give a welcome to Joe and Tom of the Saber Brothers Enterprise. How you guys doing?
Couldn't be better. Good to see you tonight.
Hey, thank you.
Forgive my
For sure,
brother.
man.
He's part cyborg, so if he sounds,
You know what? We have worked with worse on the show. When we were running the Sith Happens podcast, which is what the podcast was before this one, one of my friends would notoriously drop off like every time. Like, just it depends on your internet, which is why I'm surprised mine holds up as good as it does, to be honest with you, living on Eglin. So,
that's
so bad up there.
Fair enough. And there he goes.
Well, it's like I said, he's like a Borg. He has to go back into the pod to recharge. He'll be back in a little bit.
Yeah. So, but anyways, Joe, we do got you here, man. So, firstly, thank you for coming on. And looks like we got Tom back.
There he is. Floating head's back.
Yes. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This is really like the first episode for Lightsabers, Liberty, and Late Nights. Previously, this Sith Happens, and I'm excited to kind of get this started. And with you guys as a special guest here, talking lightsabers today, man, because that is really right up your alley. When did you guys start Saber Bros?
Oh gosh, so February was so we started our business doing conventions about 3.5.
Well, it's about 4 years ago.
About 4 years ago,
Okay.
We had an idea. We wanted to work together and do something fun, and trying to get it all sorted out. We started with doing laser engraved wood stuff, Temu stuff, and then it was like, how do we take this to the next level? And one day we were driving back from a convention, and Tom just goes, "Well, we could sell lightsabers," and it was like, "But we could. How do we do that?" And it took us time of researching, finding correct manufacturers where we could get stuff to the standard, the quality that we wanted, because we didn't want to put junk out in the world. And just talking, and we initially started with about 15 different hilts, and now we've got almost 100.
That's crazy.
It's been, and this is since like from 15 to the 100. That's since February. Like, it's just exploded. Like when I said I hadn't slept in my bed, I really haven't. I mean, I'll probably do 50 weeks on the road this year.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
Well,
so catching me here at home is not normal.
Yeah. Well, apparently I got you at a good time then. So.
Absolutely.
So what would you guys say is and me and Tom talked a little bit at Military Hero Con when he was here at Eglin about this, but like, what do you think is something that set you guys apart as a company compared to like some of the other lightsaber companies out there? Because it is a very saturated market, and Tom's told me quite a bit about you guys. So like, what sets you guys apart on that?
I think the biggest thing is that most lightsaber companies in the market have no desire to come meet you and shake your hand and let you hold their lightsaber before you buy it, and make sure it feels good in your hand, it fits, it's for you. It's see it online, click buy, hope you get what you want when it comes in the mail. And I would rather meet somebody and go, because if it doesn't, like, it's like anything. If you buy a lightsaber and it doesn't feel right in your hand, you're never going to enjoy it. You're never going to take it off the shelf. You're never going to take it off the display stand, out of the box, and take it out in the backyard and have fun with it. And that's one of the big things that sets us apart, is we want people to know it's right for them before they spend their money.
I think the other piece to it as well is that we don't mind taking the time to, not only make sure the lightsaber feels good in your hand, but we're going to take it apart and show you how to charge it. We're going to show you how to change the color. We're going to show you how to, one of the most common issues we see is people accidentally mute their lightsaber.
I've done that.
We're going to show you where the set screws are, how to put them in. I mean, we're going to take that time to make sure that you are 100% satisfied with the saber that you have. And of course, I mean, there's instructions in the box and everything else. but I'm one of those guys. You got to show me. I can read it all day long.
Yeah.
But you have to show me, and that's how I learned. So, we love getting to meet our customers, getting to know them, because as we're doing a lot of this, we get to talk to them. We find out, they have 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids. They've been into Star Wars, this many years and stuff like that, and it's amazing to see. Our first love of Star Wars, Joe started in '77, and in the
May 25th. I was there at the very beginning. It was 7 years old, man. That changed everything. And you meet a lot of these kids that have the same experience, but with different movies or different series or different shows, and you can relate because they're just like, no, you saw that? Yeah, it's cool. And then so you develop a friendship with them over a shared love, which is a big deal. I would rather somebody not buy a lightsaber that's not right for them, where the personalized, people online don't care about that. And the other thing that sets us apart, that's a really big deal. I think one of the things I'm most proud of is most lightsaber companies online give you a 1-year guarantee. After that, tough.
On your own.
We're lifetime. It is a lifetime guarantee on the electronics and the hilt. Like we're never going to say no to helping you. Like I'm really proud of that fact. That
that's huge, man. Yeah. Like, honestly, I've never heard of a saber company because, and I've gotten sabers from lots of companies, to be honest with you, and I have not seen that from a single one. Like you said, it's like a year or something like that. It might even be less on some of them, to be honest with you. But I've never seen a company say lifetime warranty on this piece of art that you're buying, basically.
I'll give you another example. As a matter of fact, it happened this weekend at Eglin. You had a guy come in and he was going back and forth between several different lightsabers and varying price points. One of our cheaper lightsabers and one of our more expensive lightsabers. And he, they're both base lit. He wanted to play around with them and do stuff. And, just asking him some questions, and one of the big questions was, do you want to spin it? And he's like, yeah, the Obi-Wan spin and stuff. And and I said, well, to be perfectly honest with you, if you're gonna spin it, you're gonna want to go with this lightsaber, which was the lightsaber that was $150 cheaper, but it was smooth. Because if you have the lightsaber that's got the ridges for your fingers and stuff, the chances of you losing your grip on that lightsaber much more much greater, I think a lot of people would have said, steer them towards the most expensive lightsaber, make money. But that's not what we're about. I wanted him to be happy, him to do something that he can do. So get him the right lightsaber, and down the road he may get a more expensive lightsaber, and that's fine. But I wanted him to be happy. And the only way he was going to be able to be happy was to be able to get something that he could spin, which was, the $100 lightsaber. So,
that says a lot about you guys, man. And honestly, I was there with you Friday and Saturday at Military Hero Con, and I saw you interacting with these guys. And honestly, I felt something with you guys as Saber Bros that I didn't feel with other Saber companies that I've worked with in the past. It was more personable. You guys were there in, like he said, you were there to help what somebody was trying, okay, I want to do this with a lightsaber. And even if it was steering them away from the more high-end shit, this is what he was steering them towards. Yeah. And it felt like something I haven't experienced with the Saber company. So, and I thought it was awesome, to be honest with you. It was super, super nice and refreshing almost to see that.
Well, the benefit we get out of this that is beyond earning a living doing something we love is we're out meeting people, and nobody we meet is in a bad mood. Our life is now surrounded by happy people, whether it's at a Comic-Con or at a base, because I challenge you to meet someone who picks up a lightsaber for the first time and turns it on and doesn't go, they just wow. That's
everybody does it.
Yeah. And then when you go, oh, it makes noise on its own. It does what? And he goes, what? And they're like, oh, and they get that look on their face. And what
color do I have to choose?
Yeah, y'all, you don't have to choose. You get them all. And so when you when you give them that gift of joy, that moment of joy, that's free. You know what I mean? I always tell people all the time, oh, I don't want to touch it. No, pick it up. Well, why? I don't care if you buy it or not. If you've never held a lightsaber, you need to experience that moment that everybody has the first time they hold a lightsaber. Just that pure moment of joy. Because I don't care if you're 7 to 75, it's going to trigger that memory, your first Star Wars memory. And all of a sudden, you're going to be a kid again going, oh. And for me, the first time I held one of our lightsabers, it was seeing Luke Skywalker stand in the desert looking at the moons, dreaming about that same dream I had when I was 7. And I get it all the time. So does it get old? No, it never gets old. Like, because I get to see everybody having that moment time after time after time after time. I'm telling you what, it's a gift, man. It's so cool to be able to share that with people. If they take a lightsaber home, great. That's awesome. But man, getting to see that moment is just incredible.
Hell yeah, man. Dude, that's awesome. Well, and it does kind of lead actually that right there into like some of the stuff I was really hoping to ask you guys, because like whenever we would have guests on the podcast, there's kind of like just some questions I would ask. And the first one I'm going to ask you guys, you kind of already hit it, Joe, is one of my favorites, is what was your first experience with Star Wars? And, you know, you said it yourself, was in the theaters in 77.
Yeah, May 25th, opening day. Like literally the first day anyone could see it, I saw it.
Oh, God, I envy you, man.
I was 7 years old, and we were like, there was no stories on the news yet about it. There was no buzz about it. It was just, hey, you want to go see this movie? Sure, like whatever, we'll go see this movie. We didn't know what it was about. And coming home and climbing up into the attic and stealing the cardboard tubes out of the wrapping paper so we could have lightsaber fights, because nobody had lightsabers, and they all lasted one fight. You beat the target, they melted, but it was the greatest 10 minutes of play in the history of play.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that's, as a toy from my childhood, like, you know, back, like, so I'm an 80s kid, and I remember in the 90s getting like the toy sabers that would just extend out and stuff. And to this day, one of the ones I remember the most was the Darth Maul double bladed one that you just kind of and it flipped out. So, but Tom, what was your first experience?
Mine was Empire Strikes Back. Joe's a little bit older than I am. He's about 5 years older than I am.
Okay.
And so mine was Empire Strikes Back, followed on by A New Hope, and then
Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi.
No. I saw Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, you read? Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, he's old.
And then,
bear with him.
And then when they announced Return of the Jedi was coming, it was, for me, Return of the Jedi was like probably the Empire Strikes Back for Joe. Now you've had a taste of it, you know what it's about, and you're all in. Like, you're just so Empire Strikes Back to start everything, Return of the Jedi to kind of jump all in 100%.
Yeah.
Well, and back then we had to wait 4 years between movies. It was 77 to 81. It was like, it's not like today where wait 6 months, there will be a new animated series, animated this or a series there, or there's content. It was just like when you finally, we used to go see movies just to watch the Star Wars trailers for when Empire was coming out. We would go buy tickets. We didn't care what the movie was. There was going to be a trailer, and then we'd leave and talk about the trailer for the next 3 days.
I actually remember when they did that for Phantom Menace, because I was 9 when that came out, and I remember when everyone went to go see Meet Joe Black just to go watch the Phantom Menace trailer.
Yeah, and it was crazy. And people always talk about the reveal of "I'm Your Father," which was a huge moment. But the second biggest moment that I can remember in the original trilogy, and it's right behind that, is the first time Luke turns on that green lightsaber.
Oh, hell yes.
No one had ever seen a green lightsaber. They didn't exist yet. It was red and blue. That's all there was. And then all of a sudden, everybody's like, what the heck? Like, there was no Yoda yet. He exists, but he didn't have a lightsaber. Like, what the hell? What's going on here? And it was just like, I'll never forget that. He lit that up, and I was just like, oh.
I still find it hilarious that the reason that they had to do green was just because the blue wasn't working with the sky where they were shooting, and then that right there created this massive lore on lightsaber colors and everything else. Like, it was basically an accident on how this all happened. So
Yeah, but what a happy accident, man. Oh my gosh.
oh hell yes.
No doubt.
But anyways, also, and this is something I really like asking this. What's your guys' favorite characters in Star Wars?
Oh, it is always and always will be Luke Skywalker. He is my guy. And bizarrely enough, about 3 years ago, we can't see it, Tom.
I know. I'm
about 3 years ago, girl walked up. We were doing stuff, and she walked up to the table. She's about 12 years old, and she came to me and she said, "Can I tell you something without offending you?" And I was like, "Well, you've already started, so just have it, you know." And she said, "You kind of look like old Luke Skywalker." And I was like, "Oh, sweetie, like you just don't know how cool that is." And so that's what I cosplay now, is old man Luke Skywalker.
Hell yeah.
He's my guy, and he'll always be my guy. I mean, it's just, like I said, when I'm 7 and he's a teenager, he was a redneck farm kid. That's all he was. Who was complaining that he couldn't go down to the hardware store and buy a carburetor with his buddies because he had to go work in the field. And so seeing this teenager take on the galaxy, man, forget it. He'll always be the number one.
Hell yeah, Darth Vader, man. The ultimate redemption story.
No lie. And I can appreciate that. So, and I think that's something sometimes a lot of people miss what Vader is like. And I get into this debate, so I'm going to go off on a tangent here. He's still the chosen one, and he did become the chosen one by beating Palpatine. I'll die on that hill, and a lot of people sometimes.
Okay, so all right, my turn to ask you a question. We're going to see. Yeah.
Now I see it. Yep.
We're going to see what kind of Star Wars fan you are.
Okay. There's
one defining moment where Darth Vader ceases to exist and Anakin is back. What is the action that takes place that he's no longer Darth Vader and he is Anakin Skywalker again?
So I would say, and honestly, so I'm thinking it's in Return of the Jedi, but part of me also wants to say Empire Strikes Back, if what you're thinking, at least. Because for me, when that moment is when he's after he kills Palpatine and he's opening to Luke while he's like laying there dying.
It's before that.
Okay, well, what is it then?
Okay, so think back. The Emperor is sitting on the throne and he has Luke's lightsaber. He says, "Take your weapon, strike me down."
And I know where you're going with this. I know it. Yep.
So he swings to kill the Emperor, and the lightsaber blade comes in and blocks him. Yes. That is not Vader protecting the Emperor. That is Anakin protecting his son from falling to the dark side like he did when he killed the children. And at that moment, if you watch the rest of the movie, you go back, Vader loses the fight. He's weak. He's lost his connection to the dark side. He's Anakin, and Luke beats him down. And then Luke feels it because he says, finally, "I'm a Jedi," and he points like my father before me, because he's now his father again. And he throws the lightsaber away. So that moment of saving his son, not the Emperor, was the moment he becomes Anakin Skywalker again.
And I completely had forgotten about that moment, to be honest with you. I have seen people talk about that before. So, and also one of the really great things in that movie, Return of the Jedi, is one in my top 3 for Star Wars movies, honestly. So
absolutely. But yeah, a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's when he saw Luke Scott's lightsaber." No, all he saw was Obi-Wan's lightsaber. Oh, interesting construction, because he saw Obi-Wan's lightsaber in his hand. Like, oh crap, the old man taught you. The only guy I can't beat has taught my son. This sucks. Okay, but he's still trying to turn him. He still wants him to turn. Yeah, it's really interesting because a lot of people don't think about that act of one block. They all think he's saving the Emperor. Everybody, hey, he's just saving the Emperor.
Yeah.
You know? And it's so I love that, because it's when people that have never heard that go, "Oh shit, I have to go watch the movie again."
Yeah, I know what I'm watching tomorrow night now, probably. Yeah. So just to relive. All right. Now speaking on lightsabers, what is your guys' favorite lightsaber that whether it's in your collection or not? What's your favorite lightsaber?
So go ahead, Tom. You go first on this one.
Ooh. Wow. I just recently got a Darth Malgus. And I really like that character arc.
Yeah.
So I would say probably right now would be Darth Malgus.
That is an aggressive saber too. That thing's cool as hell.
Oh, that's the next generation. Next generation.
This is the third member of Saber Bros right here. He just came and graced us with his presence. This is Tristan. This is my youngest son.
What's up, man?
He is a part owner of the company and our warehouse manager as well.
So, oh, okay, sweet.
So what's your favorite lightsaber?
My favorite lightsaber? Ooh. Well, the one I got, which is probably one of my favorites, I got the Cal Kestis Crossguard.
Oh, that's one of my favorites. I have that one too. That thing is an absolute beast.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't know which sabers these are, if you go to saberbros.net, we have a search engine and you can just type Cal Kestis Crossguard or Darth Malgus and you can see what they look like. Shameless plug.
Well, no, and I mean, just in case you wanted to see what your guys' or what their website looks like, go ahead and show it to everybody at home right now, if we can.
There it is.
Let me go ahead and there we go. And yeah, like he said, saberbros.net, you guys can find them there. That's where you can get their sabers and look through the various collections to find your next saber.
So my favorite lightsabers, there's three that I really enjoy. So my favorite of all time is Empire Strikes Back Luke. I mean, that thing is just clean. It's really pretty. I'm currently using the Episode 9 Luke Skywalker. No, that's Anakin's. That's
this.
Anakin's.
Nope, this is a screen accurate Empire Strikes Back.
Yes, I'm talking about Return of the Jedi. His lightsaber. That was always his.
Oh, okay.
That was always his father's that he was just caretaking. So the green one was my favorite. Now, the one I'm cosplaying with is the Episode 9 Luke. It's the one you have after it's broken and it's fixed. That's the one I'm using now. It's got a leather band around it. There's a metal bracket where it's put back together. But there's one that I just sold this weekend. We'd had it for a while, and it's the Episode 4 Ben Kenobi, the old man.
Oh, okay.
And it is it weighs up probably 8 pounds.
God damn.
Because in reference to the old props were notoriously heavy, so the weight's been added back in.
Yeah.
It says Graflex on the handle, just like the Anakin, like that one did. It's
weathered.
It's weathered. It's stunning.
Yeah, it's all brown, like it's been out in the desert for.
Yeah, it is absolutely stunning. And people always go, "Why is this so heavy?" And I'm like, "Well, there's 30 years of heartbreak in there, man. His brother broke his heart, and the Jedi fell apart, and he was sitting in a cave on Tatooine. Man, it's terrible." So that one is probably nostalgia wise, because it's one of the first ones you ever see. It's pretty special to me. That one's pretty special.
Hell yeah. So well, while we're on the subject of lightsabers, for all of our viewers watching on YouTube or on the gram there, I got my own little something to show off from these guys from this last week. So hopefully it is. I've messed around with it too much. Hopefully I still got a little bit of battery life. Now, a lot of you guys know Revan is one of my favorite characters. Had that cosplay going on this weekend, as well as my Nihilus at Military Hero Con, and got this amazing piece of art from the guys at Saber Bros. It's the Sith Revan saber, which it does come with the piece to wrap the hilt to make it a little bit more accurate. I could tell you guys, I think I'm keeping it like this, to be honest with you, because I like the sleekness on this a little bit more, to be honest with you.
It's so clean. It's so clean.
It is. And this is, what you were talking about spinning earlier. I kind of was messing around with that earlier this week, and this hilt, like the way it holds like that, I think this is going to be one that I'm able to do that very easily compared to especially like the Jedi Revan saber, for example. That's basically a giant fork, more or less. So,
and it honestly, the Jedi version looks more Sithy than the Sith.
It does.
It's so really aggressive. Does. It's just like, wow.
And let's see if I got some battery in this thing. Show you folks.
I hear it.
I'm not catching my backdrop there. Just give you guys a little test there.
Hunter Ignition.
Yeah.
Pulse Blade.
Pulse Blade. Very nice.
Yeah. I was messing around with settings the other day, just getting used to this thing, but I love this thing, guys.
So my question to you, have you downloaded the app yet?
I have not done that yet.
Force Park.
Yeah. It is fantastic because there's a tip drag feature in there and everything.
Well, I need to do that then, because I got to mess around with this for a fair amount. But I was so funny enough, we were at Military Hero Con on Saturday, right? It was sweltering like a son of a bitch in that building. And
the food area had gone out. That's why.
Yeah, I talked to Joe, the guy who runs it, and I was like, so I think this is why, because after I left on Saturday, I messaged him and saw that post, and I was like, I think I'm at home with heat stroke right now, because I came home and I went the fuck to bed, guys. I went the fuck to bed.
Yeah.
Because it was sweltering up in that mother, let me tell you.
I was so glad
I would buy, and you were in costume.
Yeah,
and let me tell you, the fabric on that Revan costume is not light by any means.
No, it's not. No. I escaped Fort Campbell. The weather, there was a heat advisory for 110 the day after. I was like, oh, it's time to go. Like, leaving this town. I don't want to be here for that.
Yeah, it was like down where we were here in Florida. It was not even like insanely hot. Like, it was average, but just inside the BX there, where there was something going on with the air or something like that. Oh my God. I had to keep going back to our green room, so to say, just to take my helmet off and like wipe my face and stuff. I was like, after I think I was only there for like 2.5, 3 hours. And I was like, I gotta go home and lay down. I don't feel good.
You probably lost 10, 15 pounds just in sweat.
You know what? I got a fitness test coming up in about a month, so I guess that's a good thing. So
there you go.
But yeah, I can't say thank you enough, guys, for this. It really is. It is an amazing piece of art, in my opinion, and I can't wait to do more with the features and stuff like that. And also take some great photos of this whenever I get my next time I break out my cosplay and everything. So. And for those of you guys who might be watching, saberbros.net is where you can get that.
I also wanted to point out one more thing you said before, what sets us apart, that I think we're pretty proud of. Like, we have a company phone number. The only one that answers that is Tom. If you reach out on Instagram, I'm the one that answers that. Like, right. We don't have like random people that you're going to talk to. You're actually talking to us. Like,
yeah, when you call the phone number, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, or if you go to the contact up there at the top right, yeah, it's going to pull up there it is right there, the phone number, that 336 numbers. An AI agent is going to answer it, and then and then it's going to transfer it directly to me on my personal cell phone, and I have that with me all the time. So, and I've answered, a lot of volume questions, a lot of different questions, things like that. And it doesn't, that's what we're here for. You're getting one of the two owners if you Instagram or you call.
Or emails. And then talking about those features, you have problems. Tristan has just started our YouTube channel. So he's doing how-to videos. So he can walk you through the light settings,
nice.
sound settings, whether it's a 1 button or a 2 button. So it's that's Saber Bros HQ on YouTube, which is just like our Instagram, Saber Bros HQ. So you can go on there if you forget how to do something, you can just log on and watch a video now instead of going, what do you mean, tab A, press the button, hold it upside down, put your left foot in. You don't have to do all that. You can just watch Tristan walk you through it, which is so simple.
Honestly, I might need to do that. I might need to get on there myself, because there's so many. Anybody who's messed with these sabers knows that there's so many settings on it that half the time, especially because like a lot of them vary from like company to company sometimes, and I'm just like, I'm gonna need to get on there and refresh myself, so to say. But
so we're excited about that.
Yeah, but and guys, so we're winding down here, but I just want to take a moment and just say, firstly, thank you so much for the beautiful saber. This thing is amazing, and I am very much looking forward to both displaying this and using it with my cosplay, but also for joining us here on the podcast today. And just spend a little time talking some Star Wars history and some lightsabers. And it's really been a pleasure having you guys on.
Thanks for having us, man.
So excited, that you asked. I mean, I love talking Star Wars and lightsabers, and meeting new people. So this was truly a pleasure. If you've noticed, I haven't quit smiling pretty much this whole evening because I've been having a blast, man. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys have been great to have on. So we'll definitely have you back sometime in the future. But for today, I think that wraps us up for today's show. So for everybody who joined in on the YouTube or on Instagram, I want to say thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with us, as well as Joe and Tom from Saber Bros and Tristan, tech support in the back there. But guys, I hope you all have an amazing week. This is Eric the Dad DeLorean. This is the way.